So Wuthering Waves dropped about 2 days ago, depending on when you're watching this. Right now it is about 4 a.m. on the 24th, so it's been out for about a day and a half for me. A lot of people, this might be the first gacha game I remember when Genshin released that it like brought a lot of new people to the space, so there's some things that like I know and like you might know that isn't actually as obvious as we think it is, so I just wanted to go over some kind of beginner tips that are really important when you start a new gacha game, and ones that I found really helpful with my start to Wuthering Waves. Now my first tip is actually resource management. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to level up everyone, I like all the characters, we seem to be getting a lot of resources, and I just want to tell you that that is not the case later on in the game. My biggest tip is to really, if you have a main DPS or one character that you really like, for me it's Jian, because I got lucky, I got him in like 20 pulls, just focus all of your resources on that one character. Now yes, you can have 3 characters in a slot, maybe you want to invest a little bit in other 2, but really your main DPS is the one you want to put all your resources in until you get a bit more comfortable, you know how many resources you have, how many you can spend. Definitely don't go upgrading every one. I know it might seem a bit tempting because of the red exclamation mark, it's kind of shouting at me too, but correct me if I'm wrong, you don't get the free standard pull every few ascensions like you do on Genshin and Star Rail. Obviously please correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't see any place to claim them. Because on Genshin, I normally recommend getting them to the first ascension so you can unlock the free wish. It's quite cheap, and I think it's worth it, but obviously on this you don't have that incentive, so don't feel forced to build a load of characters just because you can ascend them. Focus on 1, then focus on 3, and just keep building them until, you know, you get more comfortable with the amount of resources you can spend. Now this next tip is actually quite a weird one. For this, I'm going to pull up a website called Wuthering Waves Interactive Map. Now, please use this if you are someone who wants to get like 100% exploration like me. Now, I don't mean picking up all the mint, you know, we don't need any more mint pickers in Wuthering Waves like we do in Genshin, but if you want all the chests, if you want all of the Sonance casket, use this interactive map. What it does say, you know, you find this one in the overworld. I'll try and zoom in. Is that as far as I can? Okay, that's as far as I can zoom in. But say, you know, you find this in the overworld, you can find it on this map and you just click mark as found, and that's on your account now on this like map. So you can see everything that you haven't collected, everything that you have collected. Obviously the grayed out bit in the middle is like the main area, that's where I've spent most of the time so far, and then all of these unfaded ones are ones I haven't collected yet. So if you're starting off and you just want to make sure you haven't missed anything, like, this is awesome. It also tells you where certain things are, so it tells you where these essential materials are. See, if I click this, the poppies show up here. But yeah, super helpful for beginning, especially if you want to make sure you haven't missed anything. My next tip will be how you spend your wishes and premium currency. So this is going to be different for everyone. My basic thing is, there might be a reason for you to skip Jian. I made a video about that the other day if you want to go have a look. So in that case, just turn all of your asterite into this and keep it. I was going to skip him, but I got lucky. I got him in like 20 pulls, so I am building him. But the next character coming up, if we look on the Pride one, the next character coming up, Yin Lin, absolutely amazing hybrid, probably the best character in the game, so you might want to save for her. But obviously, any asterite you get, do not turn it into standard pulls. It might be tempting, say you're on the first 50 banner, or you're on this beginner's choice, then you might want to try and get it as quickly as possible. You get these over time just by playing the game. You don't really get Radiant Tide the same way. So yeah, any asteroid you get, turn it into Radiant Tide, maybe turn it into Forging Tide, but I never really suggest pulling on event weapon banners in any gacha. They're not very good. Personally, I'm actually waiting to get Verena. I'm getting the Lustrous Razor for my Jian first. Now, the good thing about this weapon permanent convene is that you can't lose the 50, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, maybe double check that because I'm not 100%, but from what I read and what I believe, you can't lose the 50, so I will get the Razor. I want to have it for my Jian because it is best in slot except from his signature. And then I will get Verena. I actually wouldn't recommend pulling on the standard character banner ever, I don't think. Obviously do your first 50 and then this guaranteed one. And then I would only really use these standard pulls to get the weapons. Any of these you can get from losing the 50 on like the character banner. Obviously, if you lose the 50 on the weapon banner, I'm pretty sure you can only lose to a different weapon. And the same on the character, I think you can only lose to a different character. So that's why I wouldn't really recommend using these pulls on that. At the beginning of the game, you're not really going to have anything to spend your energy on. If I can find that tab, it will be here. You get the wave plate, which I'm just going to call energy. At the beginning of the game, you're going to notice most of these things that I have unlocked for you. Now, you can get them pretty early on if you sweat the game like I did. But for the first night, you know, if you log on and you just, like, straight away you unlock these simulation challenges, I would just do them. Just spend your 240 energy on the first day. Get these done. And then I would look on... I would look at the character that you want to build. I want to build Jiyan, so I searched up what materials he needed for his talents, and that came out to needing a lot of the... Let me find it. These bells. So I used my energy from then on to fight the Bellborn Geochalone to get his talent materials. Now, this is a weekly boss, so I can only do 3 of them a week. So from now on, I will be looking at anything else that Jiyan needs that I can get from doing these. So yeah, first and foremost, just do whatever you can to spend the energy, and then when you unlock more stuff, look for stuff specific to your characters that you want to build. You won't really be getting the high-level echoes, like endgame echoes, until way later on. I have this legendary echo, I don't really know what we'll call them, just from the web event that happened a few weeks ago. But the thing I wanted to talk about with echoes is, even though you won't have, like, insane echoes, try and use 5 of the same type for whichever character. So you'll see these Sonata effects the same with any artifacts on other gacha games. After 2, you'll get like a bonus, and after 5, you'll get a bonus. Unfortunately, the second bonus is 5 on this game and not 4 like on Star Rail, so you can't have like an off piece. So right now I'm just using this Violet Feathered Heron that's an off piece because it's just by far my best echo. But say I'm using Jiyan, who deals a lot of arrow damage. That 2-piece, I believe, gives me 15% extra arrow damage just by having them equipped. So look at what your character, like what type he deals, or she deals, and then just, you know, whack on some of the same echo type. When I eventually get another decent arrow echo, I will be going for the 5-piece. However, I do recommend definitely getting the 2-piece, but if you have a really good echo that you know is giving you a lot of value, giving you a lot of damage, it might be worth just using that until you find a replacement, because, like, realistically, a good stat is better than the Sonata effect, so just keep that in mind. Now, to be completely honest, 5 tips just look good in the title. I only really had those 4. So for my 5th tip, I'm going to cheap out a bit and just say, take this game at your own pace. You might see me doing a lot of stuff, already Union level 20, already got, like, Jiyan, trying to build a load of things, trying to do a load of stuff. Just take it at your own pace. If you don't have a lot of time, if you're playing this on mobile, like, it might be a bit slower if you're getting home from work and having 2 hours a day on Wuthering Waves. That's totally fine. I want to get through a lot of stuff because I want to make content for this game. I'm excited for it. I'm loving it. I've been on a dry patch since Genshin. But you don't have to do that. Just take it at your own pace. I want everyone to love Wuthering Waves because I'm loving it at the moment and I don't want people to burn out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm loving Wuthering Waves. I'm going to be making more content in the future. So if you did like it, give this video a like. Subscribe to me if you want to see more. And yeah, I hope this helped. Have a good night. See ya.